Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you can hear me. I can't see any comments yet, so if you could leave me a comment and let me know if you're here. We have 5 people in the room already, so thank you for joining me. Cheers, everybody, as well. Happy Sunday evening. We're now officially into Monday, the worst time of the week. When you're thinking about Monday, the worst day of the week. Is it true Rosa cloned his first name? 1 minute past, you're late. I'm so sorry. I was just a teeny bit late, but I'm always late. So people that know me by now should know that. So no, thank you for joining me, everyone, on this Sunday evening. I really, really appreciate it. Hi, Lee. Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Vitor was very, very kind to send me his new line of fragrances. I've received all the samples, so you can see there is quite a new batch of samples I haven't tried. Hey Tara, thanks for joining. Hey Russell, hey Kevin, thank you everyone. Appreciate you joining me this Sunday evening. So yeah, so basically I'm just going to run through the new fragrances, talk you through what they are, give you a quick overview of what they are, and hopefully we can just have some fun. I'm going to be live for an hour. I don't really want to go past 9 o'clock, so I will be not taking up too much of your Sunday evening. So hi Paul, thanks for joining. So hopefully it won't take up too much of your time. So how have you all been? How's your week? And what is your fragrance of the day? What's your scent of the day today? Put that in the comments. And again, cheers everyone. Hi D'Angelo, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Yeah, bedtime deadline, that's right. I actually want to watch a film. I want to watch the new film on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called. Army of the Dead. Yes, I can. I want to watch Army of the Dead. So what are we all watching? Killian Dark Lord. Ooh, very nice, Scott. Bringing out the big guns. Scent of the day, Galan Gorman Cockin. And Lee's wearing a Citrus Noir earlier now, Beach Walk. Both the Seal of Victorious Fortuous. Oh, very nice, Russell. So we got some lovely people in the chat. Thank you, everyone. I do appreciate you joining me. You know what, when you do these lives, because I'm not doing as often anymore, you do worry about people joining. So I really do appreciate you coming along to spend your evening. Hey, Barry, thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. We'll also be watching Army of the Dead tonight. I cannot wait, Brian. We'll have to have a chat about it afterwards. Oh, thanks, Robes. Appreciate you joining, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And hello to Mark in Canada. So thank you, mate. Appreciate it. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the samples fairly quickly. I'm not going to rush it through, but like I said, I don't want to take up too much of any of our Sunday nights, but I do enjoy doing these little lives. So again, thanks for joining. Hey, it's Chris. Thanks, Chris. Hey, Stephen. Rosa Salas Santolas just got out of shower on a night shift last night. Very nice. Well, I've got a nice little bunch in here now. Thank you, everyone. I am honestly relieved and honoured that you are all with me. Thank you. Some really lovely, lovely people in the chat. I will stop sucking up now. Scent of the night, straight out the shower, is Dad's Garden Lemon Tree by Lush. I haven't watched your Lush haul yet, Barry. I will be doing that tomorrow. So I will be catching up on a load of videos tomorrow that I've missed. And I look forward to that. Looks like one hell of a haul. Hendon is superb. There are so many good ones from Rosa Salas. Some incredible fragrances. And some of these I'm about to talk to you about in this like list of fragrances are insane as well. So should we start? Don't lie, Tony, you paid half us to be here. I did. I'm sorry. Bribery works wonders. So right, what I'm going to do, I've sprayed all the cards ready. You can just see the edge here. There are in total in this bag, and there's one missing, which I will talk to you about at the end, which is one of my favourites. And we'll see by the end if anyone can guess what it is. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 11 fragrances to quickly talk to you about. Never heard of this brand, so this is the first time for me. All is. You know what? It's what I like about Oh, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Cake fun's important. What I like about this brand is that they not only do incredible inspirations of things, and they make them very long lasting. They're very good quality, but they also create original inspirations, and some of those original inspirations are fantastic. They really are. Some of these in this list are original inspirations. Some of them aren't. I don't know what all of them are, actually. I've done a bit of research and I've got the notes and stuff for you, but I don't know what all of them are inspired by. He's releasing so many fragrances, I am struggling to keep up. As you all know, I'm one of Vautour's biggest fans, I would say. I love his work. He cannot say no to a good fragrance. He gets so many in, and then when he gets a good one, he has to run with it because he just cannot let it go. I know what he's like, and he's like a kid in the sweet shop, the same as we are. He loves these fragrances. I've met Vautour. We've been out on a day in London, and I can tell you he's as passionate in person as he is when you talk to him, and as nice a person you could ever meet. So I will support his work. At work, stopped and say hello. Hi, Robert. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Right, so let's get started. We're going to start with an original inspiration. Hey, Taffy. Thanks for joining. Thank you. The first one we're going to talk about is, I believe, an original inspiration. And if anyone is in the chat that knows if it's inspired by anything or know a little bit more about it, just let me know or let the chat know. That'd be very helpful. So the first one we're going to be talking about is called Bambino. And this is, all of these are new, but this is called Bambino. And let me just run through the notes with you, and then I'll tell you what it's like. I've already sprayed the cards. This has got in the top lemon, geranium, and orris. Hi, Anthony. Appreciate you joining. Thank you. In the mid, it's got coconut, oak moss, and jasmine. And in the base, it's got tobacco, vanilla, and musk. Now, this, let me tell you what this is. This is very, very talky, but it's not a powdery fragrance. It just smells like talcum powder. So it is baby powder. Bambino suits the name perfectly. It smells a lot like talc, but it doesn't go powdery on the skin. It goes a little bit more creamy, I would say, than it does powdery. It's a little bit soapy. It's a little bit talky, like I've said. It's a touch floral, but it's not, I would say, an overly feminine fragrance. I think this is very unisex. It goes a little bit musky on me, and it stays quite sweet. So I really like this one. This is something that anyone could wear. It would work particularly well on a hot day or out of the shower. It's very, very fresh, very, very uplifting. There's quite a nice brightness to it. It's gorgeous. It's really, really nice. I have got Cairo, by the way, so I will talk to you about Cairo shortly. So if beard is on point, Tony, thank you. Yeah, I have been growing it. I've got a little bit more to go. But every time I'm getting my hair cut, I'm getting it trimmed, trying to keep it nice. Hi, Karim. Appreciate it. Thank you, mate. Hi, Vautour. Thanks for joining me, mate. You're not late. Don't worry. We've just done one so far. So this is Bambino, and I've said that it smells talcum powder, but it doesn't smell powdery. It's quite soapy. It's got some florals in. It's quite musky, and it's quite sweet. I'm doing well, thank you, buddy. This is really, really good. So that is, I don't get any tobacco from it. It's got tobacco listed. It's probably a supporting note, but there is some depth there, but I don't get any tobacco. But I do get the vanilla. It's got this very sweet, lovely dry down to it. So very nice. Let's move on to the next one. So that is a Bambino. Right, on to the next one. Next one is called River Plunge. River Plunge. It's called River Plunge. It's this is an inspired by fragrance. It is inspired by Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. It has top notes of orange and lemon. It has mid notes of aqua and grapefruit, and in the base it has sandalwood. So quite a sort of simple, not very complex fragrance. River Plunge. I did say plunge, Barry. Honest. It's this is really citrusy. It's very citrusy. It's really bright. It's very nice. It does smell to me a little bit shower gelish. If I'm not being a little bit, I don't think that's unkind. It smells very fresh, very easy to wear, but it has got some more going on than just being sort of a shower gel fragrance. It is so uplifting. It's got a real zing to it. A real zing. It's got this slight woodiness in the base, but it's very bright and fresh and uplifting. It is. I'll tell you a shower gel this reminds me of. Imperial Leather do this bright orange fragrance, and it smells quite citrusy, very orange, but it stays and sticks to your skin. And this reminds me a little bit of that. That mixed in with that sort of, it's got like a very sort of ozonic, watery note as well. But that is, it stays really zingy on the card. It stays really zingy on the skin. When I sprayed it on my hand in the week, it projected like an absolute monster for quite some time. And the citruses, unlike a lot of citrus fragrances, tend to, it stays around. It's very clean, very easy wear. I'm really going to enjoy that in the summer months. It is something that's a little bit different to other citruses because it's just got that real zing there that stays. Who else have we got? We've got Kit Kat in. Yeah, hi Catty. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So that is called River Plunge. Very nice. And that is their interpretation of Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is called Celestial Oud. Now, this reminds me of another fragrance that I really love from Matt at Pocket Scents. It reminds me a bit of one of his fragrances that he's brought out. It's an original inspiration, this. It's got lemon, saffron, nutmeg, geranium, rose, ylang-ylang, sandalwood, patchouli, oud, leather, amber, and musk. So it's got an array of fragrances. Victoria, if you're in the chat, could you just let me know if this has... if this is an original inspiration. I think it is. But I'll tell you a little bit about what this smells like. This smells like a very sweet oud. It's not very pungent and it's not animalic at all. It's got this lovely sweetness, but it definitely smells of oud. It smells to me like Matt's Oud Opulenza. That's what it smells like to me a little bit. They're not the same scent. I've sprayed them side by side. I was like, what have these guys done? Are they using the same fragrance? But they're not. It does smell different when you spray them side by side. But when I first sprayed it, it reminded me of that sort of clean, fresh, almost, it's like a bright oud, if that makes sense. Right, Mark, thanks for popping in, mate. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for your little donation. Very nice of you to be here. Thank you. So it smells, like I said, a little bit like Oud Opulenza. It's very bright. It's very bright. It's very pleasant. It's a little bit woody, and it has a real depth to it. I sprayed this with Bex, and she wasn't overly keen on it, but she's not that into oud fragrances, and you can really pick up the oud on this. But it's quite although it's, I would imagine it's an aroma chemical that's gone into it, but it doesn't smell like that sort of barnyardy oud. It smells like this sweet, over sort of very resinous woody note. It's very nice. It's got this lovely sweetness in there. It's got this depth. I like it a lot. It reminds me, like I said, of Oud Opulenza. This one isn't an original, it's an inspiration. Ah, right, okay, that makes sense. Oh, crystal. So yeah, I don't know, Victoria, if you've smelled Matt's Oud Opulenza, it's of a similar style to that, which I really like. this would last and last and last and last a little bit more. You're not spraying your pillows with your barnyardy oud anymore, Barry. Or the wife's pillows. Right, so next, I've spoken about this on my channel already, but it's in the samples, so I thought I'd just quickly talk about it. It is called Calamats. This is based on Calamat. I can't remember the house that Calamat is by. If you could put that in the chat, that'd be great. But this has some really lovely notes in it. It has blueberry, anise, honey, rosemary, cashmere, wood, musk, amber, sandalwood, vanilla. So some cracking notes. It's very, very sweet. It's got this gorgeous, gorgeous vanilla sweetness to it. Quite an authentic vanilla as well. It reminds me a little bit of Eau de Missions. I've said that already. But it's very, very nice. I really like it. I've spoken about this on my channel. I've already done a review of this. And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. Brilliant for colder weather. Brilliant for cozy nights in. And that is called Calamats, which is just incredible. Really, really like that. So, great release. Right, next. Now I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. That one is called Cairo. We'll get to that because a lot of you seem to be wanting to talk about that. So the next we're going to talk about is Euphoria. And again, I couldn't find anything of what this is meant to be smelling of. It smells very good though. It's got lemon, geranium and lily, tuberose, oak moss and jasmine. And in the base, it's got sandalwood, vanilla and musk. So it is a floral fragrance, this. It doesn't smell like a flower store though. It's quite, all the florals together are quite toned down individually. Nothing really jumps out on the florals. Probably a little bit of tuberose and probably a little bit of jasmine if I was going to pick or guess the florals in this. It says lemon, geranium and lily. Vanilla, I would have guessed it has got this very, very slight undertone of sweetness to it, but I wouldn't say it's an overly vanillic fragrance. So it is very nice. Right, bear with me. I think I've got someone that wants to come and say hello. Ted. Ted. Come on. Come on. Not you. Come on in. Right. Got a couple of doggies that want to say hello. He's very, very he definitely needs a trim, this one. But yeah, he just wanted to come and say hello. This is Jackson, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Look, he literally sits up on his bum. So if I sit him up, he'll sit there just like this. Quite happily sit there. So this is Jackson, everyone. As you can tell, he loves cuddles. But he's going to go away now. Come on, Ted. Come on. You can come and say hello as well. And this, everyone, is Teddy. And Jackson obviously needs to come and say hello again. So this is Teddy, everyone. This is our little poodle cross. And then they are, look. So we've got Teddy. He's the soppiest dog in the world and loves cuddles as well. And Jackson is a little tearaway, but he is very loving, bless him. So Jackson and Teddy, you've met them, and they can go and lay down again now. Right. On to, let's just get back to that one. Where were we? Euphoria. And this was an original creation I've just seen Matt talk about there. This is very, very nice. It's very, very floral, I would say, but it's quite uplifting. It's really, really bright. It really pops off the card. I haven't given this to Becca to try yet, and I need to. She has nicked one of the fragrances immediately off me, which again, I'll just talk about at the end and let you know what she's stolen, which will make Vittoria laugh a little bit and know, because you know what she's like. She'll pick up something, she'll spray a few and she'll go, that one's mine. And she literally just steals it off me. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, they are cute dogs. They're not cute all the time. Like children, they can misbehave, but they are both very loving, and they do add a lot to our family life. That's for sure. But so yes, that is very very nice. I need to see because Becca's not overly keen on like really heavy florals. But I wouldn't say it's definitely a floral fragrance, and if I'm going to guess, I'm going to say it's going to lead slightly on the feminine side. But it's a very very nice fragrance indeed. So that is Euphoria, an original creation from Vuitton. So very very nice release, mate. But I definitely think you need to be in your florals to like it. Right, on to the next one. Right, next one I'm really, really, really excited to talk to you about. This one is called Starfish. And this is inspired by, and it's inspired by Bleu de Chanel. And I think it's inspired by the EDP version of Bleu de Chanel. And this has lemon, mint, bergamot, ginger, pepper, jasmine, ambroxy, ozone, and marine notes, cardamom, vetiver, woods, patchouli, and musk. Now, this is really, really lovely. I don't own Bleu de Chanel. I don't own Bleu de Chanel, but I've tried it many, many times. And if you like citrus nuage from Vuitton, you will like this. It's got a similar ambroxin note in there. But if you enjoy Bleu de Chanel, you'll really enjoy this. This is an absolute monster of a performer. It lasts and lasts and lasts. I have worn this on one side of my body. I sort of sprayed my hand, really enjoyed it, and I just gave it a few more squirts on the arm. And you know what? I kept getting whiffs of it most of the day. It was very, very nice wear. I would definitely own this. And this is one, if you know people are into fragrances and you want to recommend something to them, this will definitely be one to recommend. Oh, hi, Matt. Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. It's Joe. Sorry, Joe. Hi, Joe. That is very nice. So that's called Starfish. And if you are wanting to, like you're quite new to the fragrance world, that is an incredible start. It really is. Incredible. Hi, Bren. Opted for BDC Parfum. Nice. It's very, very nice. Hey, Chad. Thanks for joining. The second Canadian to join the chat this evening. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. And we have Scott in the house as well. Hi, Scott. Thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. Great review earlier, by the way. Very interesting looking fragrance. Right, next we're going to be talking about Untamed. Now, I've got a fragrance that this reminds me a lot of, and it's a niche fragrance that cost a lot of money. Now, if I tell you what this is, let's see if someone can link it back to my expensive fragrance. This is called Untamed. It's inspired by a fragrance called Fierce by Abercrombie and Fitch. And the notes on this are petitgrain, orange, lemon, cardamom, fir, lavender, rosemary, jasmine, rose, lily, amber, sandalwood, musk, tonka, vetiver, oak moss, and rosewood. So it's an incredible. It's got an incredible array of notes in it. It smells very, very nice. I would have guessed there's probably ambroxan in this too, by the way, and that's not even listed. But it's again a very sort of. It's quite a generic in terms of if you go into a boot store and you smell a lot of the men's fragrances. But it does smell good. It does. There's no denying. If you want to smell good, you're going to get it. Now, this Fierce hasn't got the best of performance, I believe. This has. This lasts an incredible amount of time as well. Now, can anyone guess what the expensive fragrance is that this reminds me of? And I believe, yeah, it's Percival. Thank you. It does. It smells a lot like Percival. It's really, really fresh. This, I think this is better, I would say, than Percival. And that is saying something. I really, really do. Sorry, man, I'm really trying not to sort of, I don't own a bottle of Percival. I've got a good size sample, and this is better. And this, I I would pick over that for the money and the difference. And if you like the smell of Fierce, this is incredible stuff. So a great, great release, I would say, Vitor. Very nice. So if you wanted to change the website to say, rather than Fierce, and you wanted to say Percival, you would definitely get away with it. It smells really good. We're getting through these quite nicely. So don't forget, I'm going to be here until 9 o'clock. So we've still got plenty of time. We've still got 30, 35 minutes. So I'm not in a rush to get through this. I am moving through quite nicely. It'd be quite nice to have a chat with you guys. Viking Cologne by any chance? No, it's not. I love Viking Cologne, by the way. That is coming soon. That is coming soon. Spot on reviews as always. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate that. Right, next, this is called Sherbet Lemon. Now, this is an original creation. This has got notes of bergamot, ginger, lemon, violet, apple, pineapple, geranium, ambergris, cedar, and vetiver. Now, I get a lot of fizzy lemon. I think there's aldehydes in this. It's got this real fizziness to it. And it's got this slight appley note in there as well. The ambroxan stroke ambergris is quite strong in this. Thank you. Appreciate, Anthony. Very kind of you. And it's quite woody in the background. But the main thing about this is that sort of sherbety, fizzy, candy opening that it's got, this lemon opening. It smells quite different, I would say, in the opening to when it dries down. But the opening does remind me of when you're sucking through that lemon sherbet and you then get that hit of that sherbet come through, but you've already cut your tongue by then. It's really fizzy, really lovely, really fresh. But then it changes on me. It goes slightly soapy and it goes slightly musky on me too. It's got this sort of almost creamy, vanillic dry down that mixes with that lemon to create something actually I really, really like. The dry down completely wowed me, and it took it away from that almost juvenile opening to a more mature scent later on, which I really liked about it. It starts quite youthful and it starts quite playful and quite a lot of fun, but it's not all about that. It then goes in this soapy, musky creaminess. I love the dry down. So, Bren, this would really remind you of lemon sherbets as a kid. It really would. It's gorgeous. So a great release again from Vitor on this one, I would say. If you've not tried it, it's very bright. And the lemon actually does stay for quite some time. Like I said, in the dry down, you're still picking up hints of the lemon with that sort of mix of sort of this creamy nature to it. I really like it. More than one, some of my best friends. So there we go. Fantastic. Right, next. This is, let's go next one. I'm going to go Oud Vetiver, which I believe, again, is an original inspiration. And this is quite a strong fragrance. It's one of the strongest, I would say, of all of these. I need a drink. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, I would say this is one of the stronger fragrances that is released. It's not challenging at all. It's not animalic, but it's probably one of the more challenging of these fragrances, I would say. And this has cardamom, ambergris, and bergamot in the opening. The mid has violet, patchouli, vetiver, and herbs. And in the base, it has oud, sandalwood, and leather. Now, this has got this really lovely sweetness to it as well, but it's got this earthiness to it. The patchouli is one of the main notes, I would say, and a touch of oud in the background, but again, a sweet oud, not an animalic or barnyardy oud. It is a very, very strong fragrance. It lasts all day. It lasts 10 hours plus, I would say, this fragrance. It's very, very interesting. Now, the only slight problem I personally got is the patchouli in this is is quite sort of dank and quite sort of earthy. Now, a lot of people love that type of style of patchouli. In terms of something like Sarah Jessica Parker's stash is probably the best way I can explain that patchouli. That sort of slightly earthy, almost boozy, aged patchouli, and it's got that in this, and that is probably the strongest note in there. But you get this oud in the background, this leather. I don't really get that. It's more like a suede. It's a smoothness to it, but it is a good release. If you are into your niche fragrances, this is something to pick 100%. And Barry, you said if you're loving patchouli at the moment and you're loving that type of patchouli, you will love this because you will get that hit and that fix from it that you might need if you're into that type of patchouli. But it's not my favourite of them. But I think if Vitor was going to guess my favourite, he wouldn't have guessed this anyway. So there we go. On to the next one. The next one is called Patchouli. Hi, Stephen. Thank you. Tony Daly. Hey, Celestino. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So this is called Patchouli. This you'd expect to have that patchouli note that's in Oud Vetiver. Guess what? It's not. It's not got that at all. The notes in this are bergamot, clary sage, jasmine, a note called muguet, which I'm not sure that is. Didn't look that up. It's got patchouli, vetiver, styrax, benzoin, musk, tonka, vanilla, and amber. This has this gorgeous, gorgeous sweetness to it, almost like a chocolatey nature with this. But I get quite heavy jasmine from it as well. It is a jasmine heavy fragrance. But the other notes that are in there don't make it too floral. Actually, this is, thank you, Tara. You learn something new every day. Every day is a learning day. Thank you. This is a gorgeous sort of floral, earthy, I would say, slightly spicy, I would say as well. But I find it's really interesting. Clary sage is quite a big note in this. It's a very, very interesting fragrance. It's less floral than let's get this right. It's less floral than Euphoria. It is very unisex, but I think you have to like jasmine. Now, I do. I like this. I think it's very, very nice. Again, I would need to get Becca to try this. Hey, Yara, thanks for joining. It's very nice of you to join me. Right, next, we are going with what a lot of people I think have been waiting to hear about. I have got one more to talk about after, but I cannot find the sample. I believe it's been hidden by Bex. She says that she gave it back to me. She didn't. I wanted it for this live because it is one of my favourites. But this is an outstanding one. And the wonderful, wonderful Scott in the chat has done a review of this. So go to the Centurions channel to see more about these. These are just a whistle-stop tour of the fragrances. And this one is called Cairo. Now, this has notes of bergamot, grapefruit, cardamom, saffron, cypress, wormwood, jasmine, rose, nutmeg, cedar, leather, oud, sandalwood. Do you want me to go on? Amber, tonka, vanilla, and musk. This is their interpretation of Halfeti by Penhaligon's. And this has got this lovely, 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 sweet spice to it. It is a spice heavy fragrance, but it's quite oriental as well. It's just stunning. I love the spices in this. It's got this real lift from the grapefruit. It's got this just slight tartness in the background when you first spray it, but that disappears. And then you get this slight floral in there as well. I pick up the rose as the main floral more than the jasmine, but it's honestly stunning. I don't get any of the oud. I do get a sandalwood. It's got this like creamy nature to it as well. It oh, wow, it is incredible. Now, this fixes something for me, and Russell's touched on it in there. I have a couple of discovery packs from Penhaligon's. I have the library with a little 2 mil thing, and I have a box with the little miniatures in. So I've worn it a couple of times, I would say, a good trying, good wearing. I love the smell of it. But the one thing that lacks on the Penhaligon's original is the performance. And this, in true Vuitton style, absolutely trumps that performance on that fragrance, I would say. It really, really does. It changes as well. It goes sweeter and sweeter in the background as it starts to go through the wearing, but the opening has got this real punchy, sweet spice. I just love it. I really do. And I'm not just saying it because other people love it or it's the popular option. I really, really, really like it. And I need Vuitton to do more Penhaligon's fragrances if he's going to continue to do it in this style, because this fixes what the original doesn't do, and that is the performance. But you don't really lose any of the original stuff. It's just incredible. It's not going to be for everyone. I would imagine someone like Lee, for example. Sorry, apologies. Teddy, stop. Apologies. He's having a bit of a mad moment. It's just, it's really, really good. Someone like Lee in the chat, for example, I'm not sure Lee would like this as much as some of the other ones, like the citrus nuage, obviously, the Bleu de Chanel, the sherbet lemon. I know Lee's style. Fierce, I know he would love. And I know he would love what was the main one I thought he would love? River Plunge, I know Lee would love. This isn't going to be for everybody, but it is incredible. Now, I've got so many things going on here. It's incredible. Very, very well done. I don't know what to say about that one, apart from it's incredible. So the last one I want to talk about that I haven't got the sample here anymore. I believe Bex has left it at work. I think that's what she has done. And she hasn't got much of it left. And that is called Decadent. And that is their interpretation of Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. And I've got a couple of sort of not interpretations, but a couple of other fragrances that remind me a lot of that. So I've tried different styles of that type of fragrance now. And some of the ones that I have come across now, I've got 2 10 mil decants of the original. I've got, or Becca's got that, by Juliet Has a Gun, which is quite a similar fragrance, I think. And I've also got one from Nobile 1942, and that's one of my new ones I purchased, which reminds me of a much more orange candied version of thing, and that's probably my favourite I have. But Decadent is got this real sort of sweet, vanillic, Play-Doh-y nature to it, and it just smells incredible. And dare I say it, I hate using the word, but it does smell sexy as hell. It really does. I love the smell of it. Bex stole it, sprayed it, said it was mine instantly, so she's nicked the sample. But that was one of my favourites, along with Cairo, I would say. Hi, Nick. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. It's like a marshmallow, mate. It is indeed. Yeah, it's like it's got this like candied nature to it. Marshmallow is a great example. It really is. But it's hi, Armo, and we're sure. Hi, thanks again, everyone. We're sure lads in the house. Thank you, thank you. We're all grown, don't we? Yeah, it's you know what? I think it's I think it's hell. No, I think it's very, very sexy as hell. It's incredible. So if you are wanting to try that fragrance, in terms of it being very close to the original, I would say it's very close. Now, I know I've used percentages before. After doing this for so long, it is incredibly difficult and almost not dishonest, but almost like weird to say how much percentage it is close. But it's very close. To me, if I was going to give a thing, I would say it's somewhere in the 90s. That's how close. But it's just strong. It lasts just, the original lasts for me, it lasts all day. This lasts just as long as that. It's an all day fragrance. It's one of those things, I said this to the tour as well. I had a little chat with him and I said that it's one of those fragrances that I do feel it leans slightly feminine. It smells better, I think, on Bex than it does on me. But it's one of those fragrances, a little bit of an eye roll fragrance, where I love the smell of it, where your sort of eyes roll a little bit and you're like, oh God, that's really good. I love the smell of it. So I would love Vuitton to try and get out some more Penhaligon's fragrances. But in terms of what he's released so far, he needs to slow down. People need to enjoy these and people need to appreciate what they are. I haven't really given any of these a massive, I've given them a wearing on my hand, trying to tell you my first impressions. I've not lived with them. There's too many for me to live with Vuitton. There is bloody loads. But I can see why he wants to buy them all, because they're incredible. They really are. I'm not sure what else he's got in the pipeline. He's released so many fragrances this year. It's just insane. There are others that are quite new that I've already spoken about. I told you I've spoken about Calamats. I've spoken about coconut and vanilla. One I would like to review very, very shortly, which I've released pictures today on my Instagram and on Facebook, is Calamat. Sorry. Oh God, I'm going mad. Is Lucian, and that's from his private line, his private oud line, and that is just insane. I'm going to be reviewing that one very, very soon. You know what? That's one I didn't get in there. I didn't get Beachwater. I think that Havercat, that one. I believe it is. Vuitton sent me enough. He sent me loads. And I don't think Vuitton remembers what I've got and what I haven't. We need to write it down, because that just gets, I've got, like, literally, when you receive a parcel like that, you're like, whoa, I've got a lot to catch up on here. But it's what we do, right? It's what we enjoy doing, and it's brilliant. Coconut and vanilla is my favorite. It's a cracking fragrance, and another one that Becca has nicked, Vuitton. So Vuitton did quite kindly send me that one, and Becca's nicked it as well, which she deserves to. She deserves a treat every so often, so thank you, Vuitton. Road to 3K, thank you, CJ. Yeah, I got past the 2K, onto the 3K. So thank you for joining, appreciate it. Stephen, it's incredible. It is, to me, is suntan lotion with coconut. It just smells like the Caribbean to me. It's incredible. And I keep hearing everyone talking about Uno Nuage, which I believe is 001 with citrus nuage, which I know I would love that. That sounds good. But coconut and vanilla is fantastic. It does remind me of being in the Caribbean, and it reminds me of summer holidays, which I miss massively. So, right, let's have some, now I've finished through those, let's have a little bit of interaction with the chat. Has anyone got a drink? What are we drinking this evening? I have got Carlsberg. I like any lager that comes in a green tin. So that'd be Carlsberg or Heineken. So cheers, everyone. But no, it's been good to have you all here. It's been a little while since I've done this. I will get you an Uno Nuage, Tony. Thank you, Vuitton. Appreciate that. What is your overall favourite frag from Rosa? You know what? Oh, God, I've got so many frag. I love Alpha. Alpha is incredible. But everyone knows I love Dior Homme Intense, so I'm going to love Alpha. I love Citrus Nuage. That was probably my biggest surprise scent from Vuitton, in terms of I didn't give it a chance at the beginning. He knows that. I smelt it out of the atomizer a couple of times and was like, oh yeah, it's just a citrusy fragrance. It is not. It is incredible. Reyes Noir. Oh, there's so many good ones. I love the vanilla one, the Tom Ford Vanille Fatale clone. Oh God, I love that one so much. I couldn't even tell you how many I've got or how many I love now. I love the one, oh God, dear, the Terre de Hems clone as well. I always forget all the names. There's so many. I haven't mentioned that because I haven't got that one, but Vitour's going to send me one out, and I'll quite happily do a review of it as well. Quite happily talk about that and do a proper review of Uno Noir. No problem at all. But yeah, tough question. I'm sorry I'm sitting on the fence a little bit. I really am, but there's too many good ones to pick one out. There's so many good ones. CJ's drinking fresh lemonade. Lovely. If Carlsberg did one fragrance, they'd employ Vitour. Great one. Loving Untamed. Yeah, that's good. Untamed is here. Untamed. Yeah, so Untamed is, I love this. This was the one to me that smells like incredible. I love Percival. It's one of my favourites from Parfums Money when I tried it. It is signature scent worthy. This, if you were going to pick a fragrance to wear every day to any event, this would be a great signature scent. It'd smell good all the time. Excuse me, a bit of gas. You smell good all the time. You get compliments. I know you would. It's incredible. It's like picking your favourite child. It is. It is indeed. And Lee was the creator of Uno Noir. I need to do some reviews, but they're all boxed up. Well, Barry, I'm quite happy to do another live review if you wanted to. I'm on Starfish bit now. I have it and BDC, EDP. First Starfish, to be honest. Both great, but Starfish takes it. There we go. We got a lot of Rosa Salas fans in here. And you know what? Vitour deserves that. He deserves all the credit for creating long-lasting, quality fragrances. Of course, he's helped be involved with Scott's fragrance as well, which is incredibly long-lasting, freshy. There's some good fragrances in this collection, and Vitour, have you got a favourite, or is it like me? Is that too difficult to pick one out? Because I struggle, because I like wearing different things for different occasions. For me to pick one out, I would struggle. I really, really do love the Vanilla Fatale one that you've got, the Tom Ford one. Oh, so strong. That's so good as well. Oh, there's more. There's more. What about the Bonfire? Bonfire is incredible as well. Wow. Got PDM Dali on, thumbs up from your little one back in the day. It's a great fragrance, Brent. It really is. I have about 20 favourites. You know, I don't blame you. And I don't know how you pick one out. And yeah, that would be a massive challenge for Vitour, because that is probably my favourite, or one of my favourites, for sentimental reasons that you all know, of all time. And I've never smelled a good interpretation of it yet. Never smelled a good one yet. So it would be a real challenge to get a great smelling this in the market. It's a very, very difficult fragrance to make right. It's very, very unique, and I think a lot of people have tried and got it wrong. So all of Vitour's Killian creations are amazing. Like you said, Bonfire is my ultimate favourite. Well, at least you can pick one out, Anthony, because that's more than I can do. Hey, Devilish. Hey, bro. Hey, got my brother in the house, Meadsy. Hi, Darren. Thanks for joining, mate. Is he been in my collection since 17? Yeah, I was a young man when I had that as well, and I wore that, I would say, Nick, for all of my 20s. Oh my God, CJ's a mod. Yeah, you got to get up to CJ's level, Darren. So yeah, he is a mod. Yes, bear with me. There we go. That makes you feel a little bit better. So no, I appreciate you all being here for this. I'm going to be another 10 minutes maximum. I want to go and watch this film. Has anyone seen it yet? I'm sure Nick and Anthony have. I'm so looking forward to it. Brian's going to go and watch it afterwards as well, and we're going to go and watch Army of the Dead. And I just cannot wait to watch it. There was a film that I watched on Friday. Now, I don't know if anyone's seen this yet, and it's called. I'm going to have to look it up. It was the worst film that I've ever seen. And I'm not joking. It's just the worst film. It's a superhero film with two ladies, and I decided to watch that with Bex on Friday night, and I would say it is the worst film I've ever seen in my Thunder Force, I think it's called, and it's the worst. What a load of rubbish and a waste of a couple of hours of my life that was. Tony, I spoke to Mum recently. Oh, sorry. I spoke to Mum recently. If it's about your news, I think if that's what you're referring to, yes, I have. Congratulations. Big. Watched it last night, 3 out of 10. Stephen, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. It's the worst film I've ever seen in my life with Melissa McCarthy. That is the one. It is shocking. Hated it. I watched it back then, but I forgot how epic it is. Is John in the house? Oh, hey, John. Thanks for joining, mate. So Army of the Dead is the one I'm looking forward to watching tonight. I cannot wait. But no, it's been really lovely. You know what? I'm so relieved. You can't believe. I'm so relieved that you are all here. Army of the Dead is. Oh, Steve, don't say that. I'm really looking forward to it. I care a lot, Tony. I've heard about that. I need to watch that. Great film. I will watch it at all. Thank you. Congratulations, Darren. I was waiting for you to do a live stream because I could tell you you're going to be an uncle again. Again, thank you, Darren. And congratulations to you all. Are you happy? That's the main thing. Is everyone happy? That's all I care about. I hope you all are. John, hey, Tony. Thank you, mate, for joining. Appreciate it. And like I've said, I'm a bit on a high now because I've obviously got that news. And I've got to smell loads of incredible fragrances from the tour. Quite overwhelming smelling all of those. There's some brilliant scents in there. But I loved Cairo. I loved Decadent. They were my favourite two of those. But there was a couple of others. River Plunge was fantastic, by the way. And he says we are. That's good, Darren. Well, I'm glad you all are. When am I due to be an uncle? Again, and do we know the sex of the baby yet? Am I going to be an uncle to another boy or another girl? Do you know, or is that a secret? Tony, I love your reviews. Always a joy to watch it. Appreciate that. Thank you. Oh man, I hope they don't ruin the original. So yeah, I'm looking. Army of the Dead straight after this. Oh, CJ didn't have to do that, my friend. Thank you so much. So glad to see you doing well. You know what? Let's just talk a little bit about what's been going on in my life. Everything's been going quite well. I am super busy at work at the moment. It's been an incredible month in terms of sales. Since the showroom opened on the 12th of April, it's just been non-stop. There are some certain things that are happening in the industry at the moment, in the car industry that are making it quite challenging. We've got this move over to electric and hybrid product, which means that a lot of the manufacturers are rationalizing their stock downwards, which means you cannot get new stock for love nor money. And then as a result of not being able to get new stock and lockdown selling, used cars have become a massive problem. We cannot buy used cars for decent money at all, which means we are paying stupid amounts over book to buy stock, which is good because it's buoyant. It means that the market is very buoyant, but we are really struggling to keep our forecourt stocked at the moment with the right amount of cars. We usually have up to 120 cars. We've got about 70 at the moment. So we are way down on our numbers of stock that we usually would carry. And that's as a result of selling out of them very, very quickly. And as a result of the demand out there being so high that the numbers of buying stock at the moment is just ridiculous. So overall, work is doing very well. Work is keeping me busy, and it is stopping me doing as much reviews as I would like to do. I need to get my bum into gear to find the right level of reviewing. I'm trying to release one or two a week at the moment. I would love to get that up, but realistically, with trying to manage my Instagram account, which is extremely, extremely busy, the interaction and the level of work that goes into my Instagram account takes up, and my photographs and stuff, that takes up so much of my time. The editing of the photos and uploading them, it's just that's insane. But I'm enjoying it, and that's the main thing. Really am enjoying it and enjoying all the people I'm speaking to on a daily basis. Is your motor a hybrid, Tony? I've had many motors. My motor isn't a hybrid at the moment. I will quite happily send you a picture of my current car. I absolutely love it. I got a new one about a month ago. I'll show you a picture of it if I can find it. I've got a new one. It's a new Proceed, and it is a very, very nice car. It's a Proceed GT Line S in bright, bright blue, and what a car. I'm loving it. I haven't got a picture here, sorry. I was trying to find a picture of it. But I'll send you a picture of it afterwards. It's very, very nice. So I'm enjoying that immensely at the moment. But I've had hybrids, electric, hybrid. Scent of the day, Tony. I'm also glad to hear work is going well. Trying to keep up reviews of all the work I've been doing. My scent of the day is Lucian by Rosa Salas, which is incredible. Still waiting for a 7-inch. Keep checking, Darren, because stock at the moment is so low. It's so tough to get anything in. Rich Tech, can anyone tell me what 011 Hombre inspired by? Has anyone got an answer for that? Len versus Lance car selling battle, please. I would definitely sell a lot more than Lance, but only as a result of me selling a much more volume brand than Lance does. You put me in their showroom, Lance would completely outsell me. Whereas you put him in my showroom, Lance would have a chance because it's a volume brand. But yeah, let's have a sell-off. That would be amazing. Womo, there we go. Yeah, so very, very busy. Reviewing, it's not taking a back seat, but yeah, I'm struggling to get enough content out. But no, I'm going to start to wrap that up, ladies and gents. I cannot tell you how relieved I am by people at least being showing up to watch me, because it's been a little while. So thank you for that. I have got some exciting news. I'm going to be doing a live on Instagram with a lovely lady, and we're going to be doing that not this Sunday coming, the bank holiday weekend, the following Sunday. I'm going to be over on Instagram at around 5 p.m. and I'm going to be reviewing, let me just get the set, bear with me, and I'll talk to you about what I'm going to be doing, then we'll sign off. So we're going to be talking about we'll get there in a minute, apologies. The Boho Boko perfume set. There is one other person in the chat who I would love to invite along to that because I have already spoken to him, and that is Brian. But the person I'm actually going to be doing a live with, she's done a lot of things with Carlos, Brooklyn fragrance lover, rest in peace. She's been reviewing and talking with Carlos a lot in the past, and her name is the lovely Oya. So I am going to be reviewing the Boho Boku set live. We're going to be talking about all the fragrances on Sunday. Yeah, Oya, that's right, Ronald. We're going to be talking with Oya for approximately an hour on Instagram, and that will be Sunday let me just get the dates. It will be the Sunday the 6th of June, so 2 weeks time. So me and Oya are going to be just going and talking about our discovery set we've got, and Brian's invited to that as well because I had already asked Brian. Would love Brian to be along, third wheeling Brian. And yeah, I am looking forward to that immensely because their fragrances that I've tried so far are very, very nice. They're right up my street, let's say that. So thank you again to... Have we got Bex in here? We have wife in the house. Bex, I was just about to sign off, but just quickly, what did you think of the tour's Decadent? What was your thoughts on that? What did you think of it? Sorry I'm late. Tony's boring. Thank you very much. Bex came to kick Tony out. I was just signing off. Just waiting for the Bex to type. There's a little bit of a delay. I thought it was awesome. There you go. So there's a couple more in here, Bex, that I've gone through. I'd like you to... Tony, you've been a legend, mate. Awesome reviews. We must organise a get-together. 100%. We need to come down and have a few drinks. We'd love to do that. We really would. But cheers, everyone. I will see you all again very, very soon. Cheers, Tony. Always a pleasure. Night, folks. So I'm definitely going to check you out. Check out the site. It's fantastic, Bren. Please do. Yeah, I'm going. I said I'd be on for about an hour, and it's 9 o'clock already. So you were very late. Very, very late. Fashionably late. But thanks again. And good night, everybody. And enjoy your evening. Thank you, everyone. To you and your families and everybody, stay safe. And thanks again for joining the live. And I will see you all again very, very soon. That hour went far, far too quickly. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. Thanks, everybody. Let me try and find this end stream button. Here we go. Night, everyone. Night, We Are Sentiment. Thanks for joining. Thanks, everyone.